And I just want to thank everyone again for being here for our weekly service. Today is Thursday, April 25th, 2024. And I'm Lori Lumbee, if you don't already know that. And we are going to begin today's gathering in meditation. So I invite you to close your eyes. And with your eyes closed, I invite you to turn your gaze inward. To turn your gaze inward in acknowledgement that you are your own teacher. That all knowledge, understanding, and learning dwells within you and comes from within. That inward force that guides you to your own truth, that guides you to opportunities and experiences where you have a chance to encounter glimpses of your own truth. That inward force that guides you to books, internet sites, guides, opportunities for exploration and learning. Recognizing that that inward force is simply guiding you to a mirror that reflects back to you your own truth. That inner force, that gives recognition in the face of your own truth, where you see it or read it or hear it or learn it and say, yes, that is mine. That is my truth. I agree with that. I am that. This is the same inner force that supports you in discernment. For the human journey provides not just what is our truth, but also what is not. And that inner force, which is you, is able to recognize, yes, that is mine, or no, this is not. In your life journey, you were likely conditioned to disbelieve or discard that inner barometer, that inner truth teller. And as you have taken and embarked upon this journey of healing and personal transformation, you have grown in your ability to trust that inward knowing, to trust that cringe in the center of your gut or the hair that stands up on the back of your neck that says, not for you, not for you. You are invited to turn inward to your own inner teacher, the inner teacher that is you. And I invite us to rest for a few moments in silence as together we anchor ourselves in connection with that inner guide, that inner knowing, that inner truth teller. From that place of inward connection, I invite you to listen to these words from John's first letter. And as you are listening, to be open to what in this reading is reflective of your own truth. Children, let us not love in word or speech, but in deed and truth. Now this is how we shall know that we belong to the truth and reassure our hearts before him in whatever our hearts condemn. For God is greater than our hearts and knows everything. Beloved, if our hearts do not condemn us, we have confidence in God and receive from source whatever we ask, because we have kept his commandments and do what pleases him. And his commandment is this: we should believe in the name of his Son and love one another just as he commanded us. Those who keep his commandments remain in him and he in them. And the way that we know he remains in us is from the Spirit he gave us. Oh, the beauty of John's writings. John's writings, which for so long and by so many have been used to paint a picture of privilege and exclusion. Words that have been interpreted through mankind's eyes And I say mankind for a reason. John could not have meant those words in that way, because it is from John that we hear that God is love. And that in knowing that love, we become perfect. Not perfect meaning without flaws, without brokenness, without frailty or vulnerability, but perfect in our ability to know and be that love in the world. Perfect in this instance is a measure of growth, of infinite growth, a journey and a process that never ends as long as we are in this human suit. John spoke so often of this love and equated that love with the Christ. That which for many means a specific human being who had arisen to a specific level of human attainment. But for the Gnostic community in which John most likely emerged from, Christ was a universal energy and source. It was the representation of the potential within each and every human being. When we know love, we are one with Christ. We are one with God. We are one with ourselves. We are one with all that is. It's an energy that transcends all human division, independent of religion or race or culture or gender. It is simply love being love in the world. And each and every one of us are called to be that love in our own unique way. There is no singular way of being that love. It's not in the priesthood. It's not in the papacy. It's not in the presidency or royalty or the wealthy. It might be, but it is not limited to that. Being that love in the world is an ever unfolding, ever changing dynamic. We are that love in one way when we come into the world as an infant. We are that love as we are moving through discovery and growth and the trials and tribulations and joys of childhood. We are that love as we are embarking upon our education. We are that love when we are seeking out a career, a purpose. We are that love when we are exploring and enjoying the world. We are that love when we show kindness to another human being. We are love as healers and nurses, administrators, doctors, teachers, lawyers, housewives. We are that love, regardless of all of the human limitations with which we might struggle. We are that love when we are depressed. We are that love when we suffer anxiety. We are that love when we become ill. We are that love when facing a criminal diagnosis. That love that we are called to be transcends division, transcends naming, transcends definition or title. Each and every one of us is called to be that love in each and every moment, exactly where we are, exactly how we are. And we can't help it, because as we connect more and more with that inner teacher, as we connect more and more with our truest self, who we are, that love within us becomes more known. We know it more fully. It becomes more fully. It's always been the wholeness of who we are. We are freer to live from that place of love. And it just is. It just is. And so we live this love, yes, in word and speech, but more keenly in deed and truth. And that deed may be specific actions of love and kindness, generosity, compassion, forgiveness, humility. But that deed is also simply being who we are. For as love, our presence alone transforms the spaces around us. That love that we are awakens and catalyzes others. That love that we are invites people into recognizing that they too are that love. Maybe they don't yet know it, but by our presence, they are reminded not of who we are, who we are, but who they are. And it invites people to seek. Each and every person here in this circle today, and those who have been part of this community, are doing and continue to do this work of love. And for this, I am humbled and grateful, because your love is profoundly needed in this broken and vulnerable world. And one way I support that is in the circle, providing these reminders, holding space for those who are doing this work and being available when that work becomes challenging. So I invite us to rest for a few moments in silence as we contemplate this reading, as we contemplate our invitation to be love in the world, and to take a moment and acknowledge all the ways in which we have done that and continue to do that.